a diva can do as many farewell tours as she wants. And Cher's certainly no exception. But this was the first farewell tour, the first authentic one. The third night of the tour, we were in Cleveland, Ohio. Anybody from Cleveland? Cleveland, we love you, Cleveland. The band was on stage. The curtain was up. The audience was going nuts. Cher came onto the stage, and she got on her platform. Her platform is shaped like a chandelier, and it's modeled after a chandelier from her very own home. Ought to be Cher, and be traveling with your own chandelier on the road with you. And they were bringing the platform up 40 feet. So we broke into the first song, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For by U2. And we're just jamming. You could hear the audience screaming, and they're bringing the platform up. And right when we hit the first verse, they drop the curtain. And Cher starts singing. But strangely, I couldn't hear her sing. I thought maybe her mic was out, maybe my monitors were broken. So I just kept on playing, and all I could really see was the platform, because she was kind of obscured. So we see the platform start to come down, and one by one, the band members are looking up, and they stop playing. And they're just shocked. Then I looked at the audience, and sort of the collective response of the audience is they were looking up going. And finally, when the platform came down low enough for me to see what was happening, I realized how traumatic. Cher was dangling from the truss right behind where the platform was, and all I could see was little dangling Cher feet. And it sounds kind of cute. It was scarier than hell. What had happened in your Cleveland arena, by the way, was a very overactive air conditioner that started moving the platform back and forth and literally crashed the platform up against the back truss. And the little metal safety harness that was designed to keep her on the platform got unhooked and got tangled in the truss. So the platform came down and Cher didn't. It was truly one of the scariest moments I'd ever experienced in my life. And they quickly realized that the safest and quickest way to get her down is they needed to bring the platform back up, and she would need to unhook herself. So then the audience was dead silent. The band was dead silent. They're bringing this platform up, and we're just waiting. It's like time has stood still. And as they're bringing the platform up, the stage gets populated with more and more people. Her assistant, her assistant's assistant, her assistant's assistant's assistant. The entire management team, 25 people coming on the stage, and some of these gals were bawling their eyes out. It was so emotional. And they finally got the platform up, and we were all just waiting with bated breath, looking up, and then we heard this thump, and I could just pray that Cher was actually on the platform. Then they started bringing the platform down, and it turns out she managed to unhook herself, and they brought the platform down. But when they brought her to the ground, all 25 people were there to escort her off the stage. But I met her eyes, and I could see she had so much fear in her eyes. I mean, the poor gal, you can understand how crazy that must have been. And my next thought is, well, I bet the show's over. Then I thought, I bet the tour's over, because let's face it, homegirl doesn't need the money. And then it was this uncomfortable, 60 or 90 seconds that felt like eternity, where we were on the stage not knowing what was going to happen next. I'm looking at the band members, they're looking at me, we're looking at the audience is looking back, nobody knows what's going on. Finally, musical director looks at me and he shrugs his shoulders. And I think, okay, I guess the show's done. I grab my stick bag, I'm about to jump off of the drum riser, and Cher comes bolting out from behind the stage, full speed, like she'd been zapped with electricity. She runs right to the front of the stage with a microphone. She says, come on, let's do this again. And we started, and we did the show, and it was the most electric show she's ever performed. But that was also the moment that I realized, wow, we know we cannot control what happens to us. But it is the grace with which we recover from disruption, from challenges, from life-threatening situations, and our unyielding desire, in spite of these challenges, to provide what I call rock and roll communication in the form of solutions, in the form of service. That's what determines the future of our relationships. with our associates, with our employees, with our clients. That's what determines the future of your business.